Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for December 2023. We're just going to jump right in here, Capricorn. You have this leadership card and this trust card here. So, I feel like right away, I feel like some of you could be building trust in people, or you could be taking the lead in some way in your life. I really feel it is time for Capricorn to take the lead in some area of their life anyway. And, it's like time for you to be seen as the leader you are anyway as well. So, I definitely feel you're ready. The Hermit also tells me that you are ready. The Hermit has been through the dark night of the soul. The Hermit has learned what he needs to learn from, whatever he's been through. And now it's time for him to kind of shine his inner light. And not only that, you have the Hierophant here. The Hierophant is like the teacher. And so you could really be guiding people right now, or people could be maybe I kind of feel like people need you. They need you to be a guide. They need you to be, their teacher, or, whatever you want to call it. So I definitely feel it's like time for you to share your knowledge, or are you kidding? I just said sharing. I just said share, and you have the sharing card. So there you go. I really feel it's kind of like time for you to share something with the world, or put something out into the world, with this reading. As always, I would definitely be careful of a past person here, Capricorn. This last row is going to represent the good stuff, so it's going to be good no matter what. It looks like you've healed from a situation, but, I think that, the Three of Swords is also kind of like, you have the Six of Cups here, it's like, I don't know, I would just be careful. You have the Hermit. You've learned something. Now it's time to share. Again, you have that leadership and trust card. I feel like, the Hierophant is a card of trust as well. So it's like people trust you, or you are some sort of trusted advisor. And this could just be to one person in your life. Doesn't have to be to a bunch of people. I also feel some of you could be just trying to get leadership positions, like in work or business. And it looks very good for that as well. You have the Hierophant. Hierophant, of course, can be marriage, and it does look like there could be new love coming in for you. You have the Two of Cups, Nine of Cups. You do have the Three of Swords, but again, in the good stuff, which tells me that you're healed enough to allow love into your life. And you have the Six of Cups. So again, could be like a true soulmate. What's really interesting is that the Hierophant would kind of say that this is like two people who have been initiated into something. I feel like I said this to you in one of your last readings. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was you. It's almost like the universe has been preparing two people, you and someone else, to come into union, is kind of like what I get here. I feel like that both of you have been left out in the cold. I feel like I say this to you every single time, so it's like the same story going on here. So, I'll spare you the details, but just know that you're probably attracting a person who's been through something similar to you, like a similar heartbreak or something like that. But I feel like you both have elevated, or, you've both learned from the universe with that Hierophant card. You have the Seven of Wands. Again, I feel like you've been in this position of protecting your peace. He has kind of drawn a line in the sand. That's how I look at the Seven of Wands, is that it is a card of boundaries, but it's like a certain type of boundary, if that makes sense. Again, the type of boundary is that it's not like he's building a wall, right? It's more like he is drawing a line in the sand. He is just telling people, but maybe not with his words, more with his actions or his attention as well. It's like, if he can sense that someone's not going to do the right things, then he will completely ignore that person, right? And so again, I think that you've gotten to this place where and I think this is a good thing, by the way. You're just like kind of putting up these boundaries, but they might not be verbal. They might just be shown with your actions or your attitude, or, whatever the case may be. So, I really feel you've been protecting your peace. And again, I don't think this is like a bad thing at all. So let's see. You've definitely learned a lot of lessons with that Hermit. With the Hermit, you have the Ace of Swords, truth as well. So I feel like there are truths that are coming out as well. And but this is probably like your truth is being revealed. Again, if someone said you were a liar or something like that, it's almost like people are seeing you as the trustworthy one, not another person. That's definitely for someone out there. I also feel there's a lot of victories coming in for you. With the Hierophant, you have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles about work hard, play hard. I would make sure to feed both sides. You have the Two of Cups here. Two of Cups can be you and your higher self. It can be you communicating with your higher self. And the Two of Pentacles might be like your higher self being like, hey, you need to stop working every single day, all day long. And you need to do at least like a little bit of something that you enjoy, or you need to do like a tiny piece of something that is fun for you, or that brings, more joy or happiness into your life. So, make sure you're not becoming dull, right? With the Seven of Wands here, you have the Three of Cups. Three Cups is a celebration, and again, but I feel like this reading is kind of right here is saying that you need to party here, Capricorn. You need to do something to get out of your head, to, and I'm not saying even you're in your head, but maybe you're just like too work focused. And the reading itself is saying you need to go enjoy yourself. You need to do more of the things that you love. You need to do more of the things that bring happiness into your life as well. So I like that. I also feel that if you are meeting a person, I feel like you are going to get like along with this person right away. I feel this is definitely one of those connections where I'm not necessarily saying it's like past life or anything, but I do feel you almost recognize this person. It has that type of feeling, very, very familiar. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have a submarine card. It says diving deep, unraveling the subconscious. You have this palm tree. It says bring ideas to life, magical creations. Are you kidding? I feel that whatever you create is magic at this time. And I would be creating whatever you can. I think that your creations, the things that you're putting into the world, are coming from a very deep place, and it's like you earned it as well. I also, you earth signs always get these messages, or at least I feel like you do. You get these messages where it's like there's something coming from a deep place, like some sort of, it's like maybe you're turning your pain into pleasure. You're turning some sort of pain that you went through, you're getting your reward for it. I always tell people, it's like one of my favorite people of all time, Eric Thomas, hip-hop preacher. He says, at the end of pain is success, if I can talk today. But you have to go and get that success. You have to, find the gold in the pain that you went through. And it's almost like that's what's going on here. You could also be using it to fuel you, like maybe to build a business if you went through some sort of pain, or to, improve your life in some other area of life. You have the Queen of Wands, the, Two of Cups and the Knight of Cups. I'm hearing that like cutthroat on this Queen of Wands, which I wouldn't necessarily call her cutthroat, but just intuitive. I read intuitively, that's what I'm getting here. I feel like people are seeing you this way, like very, very cutthroat, very straight to the point, very, very motivated, very determined, very bold, very assertive, which is good. I always say with the Queen of Wands, you have to be bold and assertive, but it's almost as if you are being bold and assertive. And I feel like people are seeing you as like that very matter of fact, going straight to the thing that you want and not accepting less, and like really seeing you as a winner, even if that doesn't necessarily mean you're winning, by the way. I think that people are seeing your attitude as a winner. You have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups, of course, could be love. You could be attracting a fire sign here, by the way. It could be any sign. You have like everything here, but it could be a Virgo as well, or a Taurus. You have Taurus as well, so any sign. But I would say it's like a perfect match. Definitely, I feel you recognize this person. I feel like you're very different. Everybody's been getting the Two of Cups for like 3 years at least, since like 2020. 2020 was the only year that I did one set of love readings in, and I remember everyone getting the Two of Cups. So, definitely could be a very strong connection coming in for you. But I would say it's probably someone who's different than your usual type. These two people on this card, they're meant to look different. So I feel you could be attracting someone who's like not your usual type, or who's different in some way. But I feel like there's great communication. This is the Staff of Hermes. So these two people have great communication, and they kind of like recognize each other as well. So I feel you could be attracting a person like that. On top of that, I think you are just on the right path. Two of Cups is you communicating with your higher self, like I said. And so I feel that Queen of Wands is you being very determined and focused to accomplish something. You have the Knight of Cups here. So it could be to accomplish a dream. The Knight of Cups can be love. We'll talk about it in a minute. But normally he's looking into that cup, and he is dreaming of what he wants to manifest in his life, like something that he wants to do, be, or have. All he has to do is plant seeds in front of the water here, and they will grow. The story of him is that he's standing in the desert. So, obviously nothing grows in the desert, but if he were to plant seeds in front of the water, it would grow. So you might feel like you don't have the resources, which is how I feel like everybody feels right now. But if you put the work in, I feel you will find success very quickly. So let's see where this is going for you. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Page of Wands. Definitely a time for adventure. I encourage everyone to adventure right now. But these adventures should be based off your enthusiasm. And like if you become excited or enthusiastic about a new idea, I would definitely learn about it or study it or whatever you can. Same thing with like anything else in your life. Like anything that excites you, I would move towards it. With the Two of Cups, you have the Six of Wands, another card of a victory. Whatever this is going to be a victory. It could be a mystery in your life with the High Priestess. High Priestess, I think, again, everybody gets stuff like this nowadays because we're in a time of mystery. I think we're in a time where the universe is trying to get people to move into, new nooks and crannies in life, to discover things that excite them or bring joy and happiness and love into their lives. But we kind of have to embrace a mystery. We have to, cross some sort of threshold. If you think about it, things have been the same for too long. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's pretty obvious. The universe is okay, there's a new world that's been created, but you all have to create it. You have to step into it. And, that's why people always say, you always say the same things. I'm yeah, damn straight, because nobody is building something new. Literally, it's a time where we have to build something new. And also, learn how to clean out your ears, because I say plenty of new stuff, right? Let's see. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Page of Pentacles, something new. Starting something new in your life. Page of Pentacles is also news. So you could be receiving news that things are kind of moving forward. There's definitely some sort of communication in love. Again, this might be something that you take a little bit slow. I hope it's not this, which would be two people limping around outside in the cold. So I feel that, again, you could be attracting someone who's been through something very similar to what you've been through, but I feel like you both need to realize that you could be each other's warmth, So it's I feel like both people need to make sure that they're healed. I'm a little bit not worried because you have 2 6s. I love 2 6s. To me, 2 6s says you're on the right path. Next, and even better than that, by the way, you have this trine card. It says symbiosis. So it's two things that work together, right? Symbiosis. So I feel like you're attracting a person where it's the two of you work together. Not only that, you have this 3rd house card that says communication, and there are 2 birds on it. So, you could be attracting your little bird mate, right? Or whatever it is. Birds mate for life. So you could be attracting your person here. And I definitely feel it's what you're attracting this month seems to me like communication. I feel like this is something that starts a little bit slow. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So, take your time. There's no need to rush, especially if you're attracting a person where you're both healing. It looks like you're both healed already, but, again, take your time. Don't rush. You have the 9 of Cups, the 5 of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. This is something you prayed for. I feel like this is something you asked for with the 9 of Cups. So if you want love, it could be love. It could be some other type of fulfillment as well. Take it how it resonates. But, I really feel you're in the right energy. I feel like this person's in the right energy if you're attracting love. I also do feel just fulfillment in general for a lot of you. But I feel this fulfillment is going to come from focusing on your strengths with the 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles, it just says, do not focus on your weaknesses. These people are calling attention to what they don't have, and instead of focusing on this church. The church represents a place of sanctuary for them. And so the card itself says, focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses. And I feel the more that you can do that, the better this month. That's the only thing I'm getting here, is that I would focus on the things that you do have. You have the High Priestess. A very intuitive time. Every single person has had either, has had a Pisces card, right? Has had the High Priestess, the Moon, or the Hangman. And so I really feel it's a time of intuition. I also feel that it's a time of visualization. She has these 3 levels to her crown on her head here. Represents 3 stages of the moon. And it says that she is able to see the beginning, middle, and end of every situation that she enters into before she enters into it. But she's not seeing it necessarily intuitively. She is visualizing it how she wants it to go. The 9 of Cups is about matching energy. So whatever you're creating in your life, I feel you just need to step into it in the energy of how you want it to go, right? Whatever it is. There you go. With the 9 of Cups, you have the 10 of Wands. I feel like you are in this place of relaxation with that 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups is total fulfillment. He doesn't need to do anything more to be fulfilled. The 10 of Wands is carrying a heavy burden. It's almost like you've finished your long burden journey, or whatever you want to call this. I think you need to be really careful of comparing how things went a long time ago is what I'm getting here. I'm talking about back to 2011, 2012, go back to 2011, 2012, right? I think that you could be doing things that you did back in 2011, 2012, maybe that far back, right? It might not be that long, but for some of you, it definitely is. And, I feel like this is saying, don't look at those situations and say that if you're trying the same things now, that they're going to go how they went in the past. It's no, you've learned, 10 years worth of knowledge in between that time. So it's not like you're you're not starting from a place that is the same as that time. And I don't know, that's popping into my head here. I feel like you need to realize that you are much more leveled up. So it's like I think what's going to surprise you maybe this month is that things are going to work a lot easier for you, but it's not that they're working a lot easier necessarily. It's that you have learned over 10 years, like what to do. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Wheel of Fortune, changing your fortunes for sure. This person's going to be a total upgrade. I'll tell you what. If you are attracting love, if you want love, which again, I'm sure that all of you don't, but if you do, I feel like this person, it's almost as if you didn't think this existed any longer. This could be the type of connection where you're actually really surprised that this type of person exists. So total turnaround. With the High Priestess, you have the Eight of Cups. Yeah, walking away from things that no longer serve you. Again, also giving me this feeling of your attitude, like in a good way. I think that people are seeing that if they don't enter into your life correctly, that you just walk away. I feel like you don't even entertain things anymore. I really feel like you've like five-headed some idea here, where it's like, most people, it's like, like, I don't know. I don't have a good example. It's like most people get into relationships, maybe they make the mistakes and they feel all hurt and broken. And then there's like the next level where it's like they get into a relationship, they sniff out something is weird in the, kind of like early on, and so they leave. It's like, that's the next level. I feel like you're like all the way up here, where it's like it's like you can sense the energy before something happens and you just totally avoid it, right? So I really feel you've kind of learned how to like avoid things that just don't resonate with you or whatever. It's like you're really protecting your Nine of Cups is kind of what I get from this reading. But I don't even feel like that's accurate. It's something like that. Next, you have the sharing card. We said share at the beginning. It says give back and share your gifts with others. Hermit. Hermit is about sharing your inner light. You have a key role in changing the world with your gifts and talents. Are you kidding? Didn't we? I literally think we said that at the beginning. Something very similar. You have this card that says good luck sometimes comes disguised as bad luck. I feel if there's love coming in for you and you want love right here, it's like discovering this new person. I feel like you're seeing like, wow, this person's like 1,000 times better than anyone I've ever dated. So this is like way better than what I had in the past. And yeah, it's like, yeah, the past hurt, but you would have never found something so great. So, I really feel this is kind of like a blessing in disguise in a lot of ways. I feel like there's a lot of happiness coming in for you as well if you're attracting love. Even if you don't want love, I feel this could be like a childhood dream. That there are these two children here, and they represent your inner child. So a lot of you could be kind of like attracting something that's more has to do with your inner child. You have the Six of Swords as well. 2 6s. If you've been watching me for a while, I love 2 6s. But the Six of Swords is moving on to calmer shores. So I feel like you are definitely heading towards major improvements in your life. And, I feel like you're leaving a lot of junk in the past, a lot of junk in the trunk, right? You're just leaving it behind, moving forward. You're not letting past things get to you. So I just get a really good vibe off of this here. And you have the Three of Swords, but again, the Three of Swords is showing up in the good stuff. This would tell me that you're healing. Again, if you're attracting a person, I feel like you're both healing from past things, or you already have. And, that's probably what's allowing someone new into your life. I'm getting Leo here strongly. Could be any sign. It could be an earth sign. Could be an Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, or Leo with the Wheel of Fortune. Could be a person who has that in their chart. But, let's see. With the Three of Swords, you have the Ten of Swords. Yes, I feel like someone definitely stabbed you in the back. I've said the story to you a million times, right? It's like, same thing. I don't need to repeat myself. I feel that you've definitely been through it with a person who definitely stabbed you in the back. All the things. Liar, cheater, stealer, third party, blah, 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 right? Whatever happened. They definitely stabbed you in the back, but I feel like you're over it. With the Six of Cups, you have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is normally a card of conflict and competition. To me, it's a card of receiving a reward. I call this card Indiana Jones. To me, it's a card of going on some sort of crazy adventure and getting a reward. The whole entire reading is like a crazy adventure. And I feel that you're kind of like manifesting a magical creation, as this card says here, in your life. But it hasn't been easy. With the Six of Swords, you have the Eight of Wands, quick success. I feel like this is because you just know what you want now. Plain and simple. Remember I was saying boundaries, drawing a line in the sand, blah, blah, blah. Again, it's like maybe this is a better way to put it, is that you are just more focused on exactly what you want. And so you are getting it. And I also feel, but it's like beyond that, because you're not even entertaining anything lower, And I think that's why you're getting the things you want. But this doesn't have to just be love. This could be business, work, whatever. You have the Sun card. It says happiness and well-being. Clearly, there's a lot of happiness and well-being showing up in this reading. You have this Dark Woman. It says dealings with relationships with a woman with dark complexion or hair. You have this Teapot. It says deep friendship with someone of the same sex. So this could be a friend that's coming in for you as well. But if you want love, I do feel you could be, again, starting as friends, or it could be like a little bit slow. I feel like I said this to you last time as well. It just, feels like something that kind of takes its time, but is this a bad thing? Hell no. I think that this is a good thing. You have this fire card. It says strong emotions, passionate, love or hate. Yeah, I feel like there's going to be a lot of passion with a person as well. I feel like a past person, you might hate this person, based off that 10 of swords. You have this tree. It says affairs with family. This is going to sound funny as well, but I feel like you need to listen to yourself here. Every single person, has had something about really being careful who gets in their ear, So if you're building something, and, I think when we're in times of restriction like we are right now, it's like family could be trying to keep you safe. So they might be saying like, oh, don't start that business, it's risky, or don't do that thing. But again, I really feel we need to be very, very careful to focus on what we know to be right. So just listen to yourself. You have this October card and this dogs card. It says getting together with family or friends. So again, it could be still a good time to socialize. I would definitely socialize. I also feel like if you have met a person, or if you're meeting a person, maybe you only laid your eyes on a person in the month of October. So I'm doing these readings in the month of November. Could have been like last month that you either met a new person or saw a new person for the first time. I feel like it could be that person that's coming into your life. But this is a really good reading here, Capricorn. I love it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.